We have now a from the there's the from the this is the Sefer Hamitzvos Rambam, and they have Rambam Yomi every day to learn some of the Divrei Torah of the Rambam. Some people are doing it who would like to do it, and so this is to learn some of that right now. Let's take a look. This is so everyone is welcome to do it, to learn some of the mitzvah, one or two or three of the mitzvahs of the Rambam. Klall Revii she'ein limnos tzivuyim hanogeim lechol mitzvos haTorah kula. This is the fourth mitzvah. That this is a klal. That means it's a general rule. This is like a preface to the learning of the mitzvos. So the Rambam is saying that one of the general rules is that if it's a general commandment which have to do with all of the mitzvos of the Torah, so then this is not considered as either a positive commandment or a negative commandment. Let's see what he means by this. Okay. Yesh b'Torah asein b'lavin she'enam al davar mesuyim. There are in the Torah positive commands and negative commandments which are not on a specific mitzvah. Ela kololim es ha-mitzvos kulan. They encompass all of the mitzvos. Ki'ilo yomar, as if it says the Torah, Asay kol ma shetzivisicha olav, v'yishomer mikol ma shehisarticha mimenu. As if the Torah was saying, do all of the things that were commanded to you, and be careful from doing, and watch yourself from doing the things that you were warned about not doing. Oh, al tamre b'shum davar mima shetzivisicha olav. Don't rebel and do not do any of the things that you were commanded, that Hashem commanded you to do. It's if it would say that. Hachi ein makom limnos es satzivoy hazeh kemitzvah b'fnei atzma. So there is no place to count this tzivoy, this commandment, as a mitzvah by itself. In other words, it's saying, be careful not to do anything that is an aveira, and be careful to do the mitzvos. But it is not a mitzvah by itself. It's saying about, in general, all of the mitzvos. This is not commanding us to do something specific. Unless it's a mitzvah saseh. V'gam, and also eino mazir mimase mesuyim. This statement is not warning us from doing any specific thing. It has to be a specific thing, like whatever. Do not put on shatnez, or let's take a look. Ad sheyihye mitzvahs lo sa'aseh. Until ad sheyihye mitzvahs lo sa'aseh, or else it's mitzvahs lo sa'aseh, where it says do not do a specific thing. Kach lamashal amaru. Here, he's giving one of those general statements that can be found in the Torah. Uvechol asher amarti aleichem tishameru. And everything, all of the things that I told you, tishameru, you should watch to do it. Shemos chav gimel yud gimel. So it's not saying anything specific. It's saying all of the things that I told you about, tishameru, you should watch. You should watch from either being over an aveira, or you should do a mitzvah. That's in Shemos chav gimel yud gimel. Ukigon amru, or like it says, es chukosai tishmaru. My commandments you should watch. my statutes, etzchukosai, my statutes, tishmoru, you should watch. So in other words, this is not talking about a specific mitzvah, but it's saying all of the mitzvahs you should watch. So the Rambam is saying that this is not considered a mitzvah in and of itself. So this is in Vayikra Yud Tes. Here's another statement. The es mishpatai ta'asu, and the judgments, the mitzvahs that we understand the reason for, yes mishpatai ta'asu, and those kind of mitzvahs that we can understand, ta'asu, you should do. We should do it, ta'asu. So it's another statement that we should do the mitzvahs. Sham Yud Ches Daled. That's in Shemos. It's in Vayikra. Yud Ches. That's 18 Daled, the fourth pasuk. Ushmartem es brisi. You should watch my covenant. Ushmartem. You should watch to do es brisi, my covenant. Shemos Yud Ches. Hey. So this is a general statement. In other words, that you should do the bris, you should the covenant. Ushmartem es mishmarti. You should watch to do things that I told you to watch over. This is a general statement concerning all of the mitzvos. Vayikra Yud Ches Lamed. V'harbe ko'elo, many statements like this. Ukvar to'u b'chlal hazeh. And people have made a mistake in this klal, in this general rule. Ad shemonu kedoshim tiyu sham Yud Tes Beis, until it says kedoshim tiyu. Ad shemonu, they included the statement, the mitzvah kedoshim tiyu, you should be holy, which is in Vayikra Yud Tes Beis. It says Sham. Sham means the last place that was cited. So that's Vayikra. So Yud Tes is 19 Beis, the second pasuk. Mitzvah miklal mitzvah sasei. So certain of the gedolim, they counted kedoshim tiyu, a mitzvah included on the mitzvah sasei. V'lo yada'u shezeh shenemar, and they didn't know that which is said, kedoshim tihiyu, that you should be holy, the Am Yisrael should be holy, kedoshim tihiyu, you should be holy, v'hiskadishtem v'hiyisem kedoshim, and you should make yourself, you should do the good things that are holy, make yourself holy, and you should be holy. V'skadishtem v'hiyisem kedoshim, and you should be holy. Sham Yud Aleph Mem Daled. So that's also in Vayikra. V'skadishtem, you should do things that are holy. V'hiyisem kedoshim, and you should be holy. Heim tzivuyim lekayim kol haTorah. These are commandments to fulfill the whole Torah. It's, in other words, all of the mitzvos. If you do them, then you are making yourselves holy, and you are doing holy things. Or whatever of the mitzvos that you do, when you're doing those mitzvos, you are holy. So, these are the mitzvos that Hashem is telling us to be mekayim the whole Torah, to fulfill the whole Torah. Ki'ilu Amar, as if it says, Heyei kadosh ba'asoscha kol ma shetzivisicha olav. You should be holy when you do all of the things that I told you. Ba'asoscha, when you do kol ma shetzivisicha olav. All of the items, all of the commandments, positive and negative, that I commanded you to do. So you should be holy. V'sishomer mikol ma shehizartich mimenu. And you should watch yourself from doing all of the things that you were exhorted not to do. So then when it says you should be holy, it means this, that you should watch, you should do all of the mitzvos, and it's an azahara, it's an exhortation, but it's not a mitzvah in and of itself. The Sifra says, Parshas Kedoshim Sham, Kedoshim Tihiyu, you should be holy. Pirushim Heyu, you should separate yourself. Kalamar, which means to say, He badlu mikol hatoevos shehizaharti eschem mikulan. You should separate yourself from all of the bad things, from all of the abominations, from all of the bad things, shehizaharti eschem mikulan, that I have exhorted you to separate yourself from them. So it's not saying that it's a mitzvah itself, but it's talking about you should not do things that we were warned against, and we should do things that we were given a mitzvah to do. Over Mechilta, Amron and Mechilta says, "V'anshe kodesh tihiyun li." You should be holy, a holy nation. You should be a holy nation to me. Shemos Chav Beis Lamed. Isi ben Yehuda Omer, Kisha Kadosh Baruch Hu Mechadesh Mitzvah LeYisrael Hu Mosef Lahem Kedusha. Rav Isi ben Yehuda says, when the Holy One, blessed be He, makes a new mitzvah to the Bnei Yisrael, Hu Mosef Lahem Kedusha, He adds for them Kedusha. He adds another bit of Kedusha to them, another level of Kedusha. Kalomar, meaning to say, Hatzivoy Hazeh, this commandments, Shenis Chadesh, that was the new commandment, Eino Omeid, Eino Bimatara B'fnei Atzmo. It is not in a catalog by itself. Elohu Kashur LaMitzvah Shetzuvu Bo, but this is connected to the mitzvos shetzuvu ba, that we were already commanded to do. Limashmos ha'amuka shel kiyum mitzvah shel hakadosh baruch hu. Limashmos ha'amuka, to, in order to, it adds to the depth of the fulfilling the mitzvah of hakadosh baruch hu, of Hashem. When it says that you should, that it's V'anshe kodesh tihiyun li, you should be a people of kedusha, of holiness. So this is adding to the kedusha when we do all of the mitzvos. So this is adding to the kedusha. Shekain kol hamakayim oso hatzivoy nikra kadosh. So in other words, whoever fulfills that mitzvah is called kadosh, is called holy. Imkain, if so, ein hevdel bein shehu omer kedoshim tihiyu. Oh, ilo. So there's no difference whether it says kedoshim tihiyu, you should be holy. Oh, ilo haya omer, or if it had said asu mitzvosai, do my mitzvos. If it said do my mitzvos, so in other words, it's Hashem is saying, do the mitzvos, and but over there it says kedoshim tiyu, you should be holy. That Hashem is adding a level of holiness to us if we do the mitzvos. Sharei klum hoyinu omrim, sharei klum hoyinu omrim, zo mitzvos asay no sefes al mitzvos shernimaz aleim shetziva l'kaimon. If it said asu mitzvosai, do my mitzvos. Shaharei klum hayunu omrim, would we have been saying zo mitzvos asay no sefes al ha mitzvos shernirmaz aleihen, that this do my mitzvos, that this is another mitzvah on the mitzvos that this is alluding to? In other words, Hashem is saying do the mitzvos, not that this is another mitzvah. In other words, this is not counted as a mitzvah by itself. Shetziva l'kaimun. Kach lo nomar al kedoshim tihiyu. So the same thing. We don't say when it says kedoshim tihiyu, you should be holy, B'kayotzibo, and statements like that in the Torah. Shehu mitzvah, that this is not a mitzvah by itself. Kedoshim tihiyu. Lefi shalot tziva la'asos dover chutz mima sheyoda'anu. That we were not commanded to do anything for other than what we were already know is a mitzvah. That it was commanded to us as a mitzvah. In other words, this is describing that Hashem is saying that if you do these mitzvahs, you will be kadosh, you will be a holy nation to Hashem. But it's not saying that this kadoshim tiyu, you should be holy, is a mitzvah in and of itself. That if you do the mitzvahs, then you will be holy. Well, Lashon Sifri, in the Sifri it says, B'midbar tezvav mem, v'hiyisem kedoshim, you should be holy. Zu kedushas mitzvos. This is the holiness of the mitzvos, of the commandments. V'hiyisem kedoshim. You should be holy. That means when the Bnei Yisrael are doing the mitzvos, this is the kedusha of the mitzvos. Hinei nisbor. So this is a clarifying ma sheba bichlal mitzvos asay. This is a clarification of what we already know is a mitzvos asay. That v'lav sheba bichlal mitzvos losa asay. And v'lav shebo bichlal mitzvos losa asay. V'hiyisem kedoshim. Zu kedushas mitzvos. Hinei nisboer shebo bichlal mitzvos asay. This is clarifying what is a mitzvos asay. V'lav shebo bichlal mitzvos losa asay. Lefisha Perush Amru Chachamim, the Chachamim said, V'chol achas mehen, shehi mitzvah sasei, u'mitzvahos lo sasei. The Chachamim said, in all of these, that this is a mitzvah sasei, a positive commandment, and a negative commandment. V'harbi pa'amim omrim, many times it said, asei shebo v'lav shebo. Do what is here and not over there. V'zeh davar boror. This is something clear. She'inyan ha'asei shebo eino inyan halav v'hem shnei inyanim nefrodim. She'inyan ha'asei shebo, the inyan, the topic of asei shebo eino inyan halav, does not have to do with a negative commandment. These are two separate, different inyanim, two different topics. Shetziva al echad mehem is here al ha'acher, that we were commanded on one, and we were warned from doing another one. Ve'enu zocher, ve'eni zocher, and the Rambam saying he does not remember shemi shehu to'ov bichlal hazeh, that anybody made a mistake in this klal. Ad kamo shani zocher ato. So in other words, when the Torah is saying statements like Ushmartem es brisi, you should watch my covenant. In Shemos, you say Ushmartem es mishmarti, and you should watch my things that I tell you to watch, that Hashem tells us to watch. Vayikra Yud Ches Lamed V'Harbe Ke'elo, many statements like this. V'Iskadishtem, here's another one. V'Iskadishtem V'Yisem Kedoshim, and you should do holy things and be holy. So this is Haim Tzivuyim L'Kayim Kol Torah. This is a tzivuy. This is a commandment to fulfill the whole Torah. Ke'ilu Omer, as if it says, Heye Kodesh Ba'asoscha, Kol Ma Shetzivisicha Olav, that you should become holy when you do everything that Hashem commands us to do. V'yishomer mikol ma shezarticha mimenu, and to stay away from all of the things that Hashem told us to stay away from. So in other words, it's not that it's a mitzvah to be kadosh, to be holy, that we should be holy. It's that Hashem is telling us we should do the mitzvos, and by doing the mitzvos, we will become holy. And we should watch all of the things that we should watch to do, to take it into ourselves and to fulfill all of the positive commandments, and to stay away from the negative commandments, to guard against doing the negative commandments, the mitzvos lo saseh, to do the mitzvos saseh, and to not do the mitzvos lo saseh. And in this way, we will be kodesh, we will be holy, and it says we should watch es chukosai tishmoro, v'es mishpotai tasu, my statutes you should watch to fulfill them, and v'es mishpotai, and the mitzvos that we can perceive a reason for we should do, tasu, you should do. This is not a mitzvah in and of itself, but this is explaining the mitzvah, and it's also giving a level of deeper understanding to the mitzvah. But it's not we don't count this as one of the mitzvos of the Torah. This is a statement that Hashem is exhorting us, exhortation to do the mitzvos and to stay away from the averos. And also, it's saying that when it says V'anshe Kodesh Tihiyun Li, you should be a holy nation to me, meaning Hashem is saying that the Bnei Israel should be a holy nation. It's not that there's a separate mitzvah of being kadosh, of being holy, but when it's as a result of doing the mitzvahs, then Hashem is saying He's giving us kedusha. He's giving us kedusha, that we are doing that which He is saying. So all of this is not a mitzvah in and of itself, because it's not saying you should do a certain mitzvah, you should put on tzitzis, or you should help the poor, or what a mitzvah, a positive commandment. But it's saying that then that would be a mitzvah. But it's a general statement. Ushmartem es brisi, you should watch, meaning you should hold to do it, my covenant. Ushmartem es mishmarti, and you should watch my things that I tell you to watch. This is a general rule about all of the mitzvos in the Torah. So in other words, it's not counted as a mitzvah in and of itself. This is a description of the mitzvos that Hashem has already given us. And it's also when it says about Kedusha, that Hashem is saying that when we do the mitzvos and we do not do the averos, that we will have Kedusha, that we have Kedusha. So these are statements that are describing the mitzvos, but they are not considered a mitzvah in and of itself. This is a klal, a general rule about the mitzvos. It's not considered, okay, she'ein limnos tzivuyim anogeim l'chol mitzvos haTorah kula, that we don't count as a mitzvah the commandments that have to do with all of the mitzvahs of the Torah. So they are not considered a mitzvah. They're not counted in the 613 mitzvahs. And this is the Sefer Hamitzvos Rambam. It's a Lelomdei Hashir Hayomi. This is for the ones, the people that learn the shir every day of the Sefer Hamitzvos Rambam. So this is every day the Rambam explains a different mitzvah. So it's a very good thing to be learning this. So thank you very much. Kol tov, Hatzlacha Rabba, Yeshikayach.